Thank you very much for being part of the conversation. Like I said, it's a conversation I'm passionate about, and the question I'm asking is, how do we build Nigeria? Or maybe the first question should be: is the time ripe to build Nigeria? Is it the right time to begin to think building Nigeria? And if you can answer that question, then the next question should be and would be: how do we build this Nigeria? Because if these other countries are restricting us or will eventually chase us away, then where to go if not home? Where to go if not home? And I'm thinking all the people who have sold properties, who've given up jobs and career paths just to start a new life abroad, and the hurdles have become even more challenging. And that's my conversation. These are my questions. So I'm going to go to the phone line. But if you're just joining us, you're welcome. This is Hard Facts 92.3 Nigeria Info. I am Kalada Kurubatibor, live on Facebook, live on YouTube, active on X Nigeria Info PH. And the conversations will continue right about now. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0007. Now, see here, if Nigeria spoil, like the way all of you say, hey, Nigeria don't spoil, hey, Nigeria no hope, hey, if Nigeria spoil, like some of you are predicting or are forecasting, or have forecasted, if there's a word like that, or have forecast, I beg your pardon, then the question is, where do we run to? Because it has even become difficult to seek asylum in these countries. Muriel calling from Okrika. Muriel, welcome.
KDB, good evening.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you, KDB. Think God created this world.
Okay.
He made the whole, in fact, every human, the fishes, the animals, everybody to be comfortable in their habitat naturally. He created we Africans, and we were so comfortable where we are on our land. Whether we were naked or we were wearing grasses, it was okay. Perfect. The fish cannot come out and say, oh, he's no longer comfortable in the sea. He wants to dwell on the land because there are ripe, and from the sea, under the sea, he will sight ripe fruits. And he said that is what is perfect for him. He will lose it. We Africans, we made a great mistake when we allowed the Europeans came to tell us that what we have, everything about our habitat was not good enough. In fact, it has so many things. We need to work on it. We need to take off this. We need to take this out. And the things we were taking out, they were taken to their land. It was so unfortunate. We were deceived. And up till now, we're still being deceived, unfortunately, KDB. So, for me, KDB.
The question, Muriel, is how do we build? How do we build? That's the question.
It's not possible for you to say, because there is freedom of movement. Anyone can move to wherever they want. That they feel it is comfortable for them. When they go to that place where they are speaking comfort, you will see that they will totally, in fact...
Muriel, I don't know if you understand my... Muriel.
Some of them want to come back, but they cannot. Because of shame and because of one or two. For me, I would say, as far as there's freedom of movement, let anyone that wants to move.
Okay, so, Muriel, I have to pause you. One, you can't hear me. Two, I don't think you understand the conversation. I'm not stopping people from moving. I'm not the one. I'm saying the US, the UK, Canada, these countries are beginning to look at, they have not yet put it, but they're beginning to look at restrictive measures. I'm not the one restricting. I'm not saying you shouldn't go. I don't have the right to. Your government doesn't even have the right to. But these people are putting visa walls. They're putting restrictive measures to say, hey, you can't come to my country. And the question I'm asking is, now that they are putting these restrictive, measures, isn't it time for us to look at our own country and make our country work? If it is the time, how do we make it work? I've got Chima from Rumukuta. Chima, welcome. Let's talk, please.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Canada.
Welcome, Chima. Chima, welcome.
Canada, how to make Nigeria? I'm going to give you 3 cardinal points.
All right, tell me about
Let
it.
us abolish religion. It's a fraud.
Okay.
Number 2, let us abolish ethnicity. It's a fraud.
Okay.
3, let us abolish white paper education. It's a fraud.
Okay.
Now, let me make you understand something.
I'm listening.
When the colonial masters they came, they first of all came with slavery. They caught us. And when they begin to understand that, we begin to realize that it was slavery that was doing us, they left us and came back to colonize us. Another aspect of slavery. And when they begin to see that they now thought that we were beginning to understand it, they gave us independence, which we had before. They took from us. Now they gave us independence. Now they now came with neo-colonization, where they backed it up with a visa lottery. Then when they now saw that we are tired of visa lottery, they now came from caregiver workers. They now saw that we are getting tired. Now they are not bringing this one now, technical, whatever. My brother, let me make you understand something. Everything you are seeing here, according to the way you said it, is going to come to an end. Because it's what has been stipulated already by them. Gradually. Now, when I talk about white collar education, you will, if you go to Asian nation that refused the religion of the colonial master but took their technology, you will say they are not well dwelling in classroom. We see them on Facebook. They will see them on factory. In factory, where they are molding one phone to the other. Now, do you know, I was surprised when I read that China students, primary school, do not write examination. They take that 6 years to teach them moral, how to be disciplined. Then in the secondary school, they do them 2 days class and 3 days workshop program. Now, Canada, let me tell you something. Do you remember in the 80s when you can just work and see carpenter? You can just work and you see an electrician on the road. Now, this is our roadside, our technical workers. By then, Naira was bigger than dollars. Can you remember those days?
All right.
You understand?
The days of craft
now,
center.
Everybody has left that technical work. Everybody is now in school. Everybody is not doing a mechanical engineer cannot even design a motor engine. All right,
Chima, I would have to stop you here so I can listen to AB from Port Harcourt and Felix from Rumokoro. But let's start with Felix because he called in first. Felix, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear, please.
Hello, good day.
Yeah, Felix, welcome.
My name is Felix from Rumokoro.
I already know that. Go straight to the point, please.
The only solution to Nigerian problem is good governance. And how can we get good governance? Let the people rise up against kindness. Everybody was here in the last election. Abia State was the only election that the people's wish came to pass. Look at what is happening in Abia State. When you put career politicians that doesn't have anything of creating employment, what they have is how to siphon money, drive in Rolls Royce, have more money to pay voters, carry police. You're talking about Boko Haram pursuing Nigerian camps. If the rank in Nigerian military is done by merit, not by ethnicity or religion, not when you come up, you retire all the generals, put the one that will cover you. Nigerian soldiers will be fit like when we went to welcome to fight to replace Liberia. What we have now is people they bring and a general without any war. Just general because you know a politician. They don't know the taxes of us. The head of Boko Haram has more knowledge than our generals. I
don't know about I no Felix. I don't know. That's debatable. But move on, please.
By practical, what you are seeing, they're defeating them. For example, Barcelona played Real Madrid this year because they have more better players and more coach. Boko Haram fighters are defeating Nigeria.
They are not defeating Felix. They are not defeating Nigeria. They have 1 or 2 cases that they have, like the running of the base in Borno State, but it doesn't mean they're defeated. I mean, on Tuesday in Plateau State, a lot of Boko Haram people were killed. So let's say that's it.
We allow the full switch to go.
Yeah.
When people vote, let the people we voted for, let them rule.
All right. Felix, good leadership. AB from Port Harcourt. AB, welcome. Sorry for keeping you that long. Welcome on the show.
5 minutes.
Apologies. I had to talk to other people, but let's get your thoughts then.
Okay. Leadership. Easiest way to be useless is to blame other people. You know, I went to Thai embassy last week, and the kind of restriction.
Maybe I would like to hear your. Okay.
Is crazy. Do you know that Ghana behind us? The word in there is just their certificate. They don't even have they have free visa to Thailand. But Nigeria, if you go to whether it's Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Singapore, they know that we have a problem as in Nigeria because we have the wrong leadership. Just like one of the callers said, if we can have our people, everything will just be in place. That is it. Because if you go to, for example, Shell has left or Total has left, go there, how many expatriates are there? Most of us are Nigeria. Nobody's going there. Corruption, backbiting, no innovation. Not that they don't know what to do, but we are fighting ourselves. But I tell you, when we have the right leadership from up, because I believe that if the head is not spoiled, the leg will be afraid to get spoiled. But because everybody's seeing that people at the top are not good, everybody's just doing whatever they do. And that is why Nigerians, if they step out of this country, they will be law abiding. But to summarize, the problem we have is leadership. Anytime until we are tired and we say, okay, enough. Ghana citizens is how much? 18 Ghana citizens.
All right, AB, I'm sorry, poor connection. I have to let you go. I've got Triumphant from Daria. Triumphant, welcome. It's good to have you on the show. Triumphant, what is on your mind? I'd like to hear.
Yes, good evening, Kalada.
Yeah, Triumphant.
Okay, you see, these people living the country, it's not as if they are not patriotic. It's not as if they don't love the country. But, as you rightly said, they are looking.
Oh, sorry, Triumphant, you stayed that long. Oh, my, I'm sorry about that. Do call back if you can. Ida from Inkoro. Let's get your thoughts on the show this evening. Ida.
We cannot build this country again on Nigeria.
What do you mean?
Our leaders, let me tell you now, our leaders have a problem. Now, if scholarship come, minister will collect, president will collect, governor will collect. If you go to local government level, local government chairman will collect, councillors will collect, supervisors will collect. We're going to reach to the poor people, my brother, you don't finish. How are we going to build the nation? We cannot build this nation except all the leaders. Now, president now don't appoint INEC chairman. What will INEC chairman announce? During the election, after the election, what will INEC chairman announce? You don't announce in favor of the president. How are we going to build the country?
Well, when you say president, in almost every country, the president is the one who appoints the electoral body chairman. So I'm wondering where you want the electoral body chairman to come from. In almost every country, the president does that.
My brother, when you win the election, they will give it to another person.
So what we should be looking at is, okay, maybe I'll tell the call screener to stop keeping the calls for too long. So 2 per screening. So we don't have a lot of you running out of airtime. I've got Douglas from HA. Douglas, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, Douglas, welcome.
My name is Douglas, calling from HA.
All right.
Your question is how can Nigeria work again?
How do we build it? How do we build Nigeria?
Okay, how do we build Nigeria?
Yeah,
Thank you very much. Nigeria, this feeding bottle type of government we're having is killing us.
Okay.
A situation where some states cannot generate 5 billion naira from 1st to 30th of the month because they believe that they are feeding from the Abuja every month end. They sleep in the local government, in the state government. At the end of the day, they go and collect 30 billion. How do you think the country can go on like that? Let us go back to regional government where there is complete autonomy, as it was before the military destroyed the regional government there. That is the way forward. That's my take.
All right, thank you, Douglas. Thank you for your take. I've got Obed from Port Harcourt. Obed, welcome. I want to ease your own take.
Kalada. Good evening, Abi. Good afternoon.
All of the above, welcome.
Thank you, Kalada. Kalada, for us to build this country, first of all, we must tackle the insecurity challenge to boost in confidence of the foreigner in this country. You understand? Because the insecurity challenge we are witnessing in this country, Canada, is out of hand. Whereby, according to the information I got right now, Boko Haram using armed drones. Meanwhile, a government like Nigeria who don't have it, I don't think there's any.
No, we do have drones.
We don't have Canada. Where is this?
I said we do have drones. I'm giving you facts. I'm not saying things from the top of my head.
Okay, thank you. Now, Canada, another thing on how to build this country, Canada, we must look into our electoral system. That is another thing. Another very important thing. That is even right now, a petition has been sent to National Assembly to look into some sections of the Electoral Act so that it can be amended to mandate INEC to transmit results from polling units. Let's get it right there first, because that is the only way, Canada. I tell you, this is the most important aspect of it to build this nation. Because anyone who assumes political office as president, governor, lawmaker, if the person is not doing well, the person will realize that indeed we have better electoral system. That will push the person to do what is needful. You understand? That is the only way, Canada, I can tell you. Because the insecurity we are witnessing is rising from bad leadership and the rest of them. So the process of selecting leader, which is better electoral system, will be able to guarantee the building of this nation. If not, we'll continue to run around in vicious circle, and nothing is going to happen.
All right, thank you, Obed. Joseph from LMA. Joseph, welcome. Let's talk, please.
Yes, Mr. Kalada, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Your question, how can we build Nigeria? First, our leaders must have willpower.
All right.
Determination. And they must be willing to change the state of things in the country. And they must cease to be politicians. And
politicians are politicians all over the world. What do you mean by cease to be politicians? Politicians are politicians all over the world.
Well, what we have in the name of leaders, they are politicians. They play politics with everything, including things that are supposed to be beneficial to Nigerians. For instance, if you ask a politician to build a road in your community, a road that is supposed to cost 3 billion naira, they will inflict it to 1 trillion naira. And that 1 trillion, they will share it among themselves. At the end of the day, the 3 trillion will not even see the light of the day. So if they cease to play politics and do the needful, I think we'll arrive at what we are expecting.
All right.
And two, they should not. I cease to.
All right, moving on. Emeka from Ilele. Emeka, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you, Emeka.
Yeah, Kala. Good evening.
Please turn off your radio set.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Loud and clear. Go ahead.
You know that we are our problem.
How are we our problem?
You know that, let me repeat it again, we are our problem.
How are we our problem? All right.
Where electoral process cannot be transparent. A country where a governor, somebody that came fourth, they will declare him winner. A country that snake will swallow money. A country that we have power. and go to a NEPA office, they are using generator. A country that with generate power, go to Asoro, they want to install solar. So we have problems ourselves. Are you laughing?
I just remember the solar story, and it got me laughing.
So what happened to the common man in the street like a man?
All right. Good question.
What will I do?
Good question.
Do I have money to install solar?
So what is the solution? Because you've just harped on the problems, but what is the solution?
The solution that we should go back to made in Nigeria.
Made in Nigeria. Okay. All right.
Can you hear me?
I'm listening. I'm guessing.
Tinubu, the president of Nigeria, the thing will start from him first. He should withdraw all the foreign motor that he's using and go back to innocent. National Assembly should go back to innocent motor.
Okay.
Tinubu should not go to abroad for medical treatment. Every governor should stop going to abroad for medical treatment. Let's come back to River State, go to BMH or teaching hospital.
All right.
So we have problems to ourselves.
All right then.
Thank you. God bless you.
But talking about made in Nigeria, the UK is doing made in UK. They're saying yes, we don't have the domestic hands to do this job, but we need to start training them. And the white paper, when it comes into effect, will ensure that companies will have 3 years to train indigents or citizens to do the work. 3 years. They've given them up until 2028 to train these people. And then when they get to 2028, they will review, some of these things. But let's come here and let's take a lesson to, I was telling you about the gentleman who was telling us about our history. Let's take a listen to it.
You can't reconcile the fact that our soldiers are being chased around by bandits. Yes, this same Nigerian army restored peace in Sierra Leone, disbanded a rebel group and arrested their leader for the Sanko and imprisoned him in Nigerian police station. You will say
the same.
Or this same army went to Liberia under a command and brought peace and democracy and disbanded all the rebel. How do you reconcile that? How do you reconcile the fact that this country gave financial aid to Dubai in 1973. How do you reconcile that? Now, but I'm telling you practical things that this country has done. In 1985, when there was a Chinoba leak, Babangida gave $100 million donation to Russia as solidarity. So this country is not a country. Nigeria is a serious country. But we have a generation of political leaders. Wow.
So how did we go from that to what we have now, where we have a lot of our people living? I mean, it's a conversation. 1 hour may not be enough, but let's read some messages. And this one says, good evening, KDB. The level of decay in the Nigerian system has crossed the Rubicon. Every average Nigerian is weakened. Imagine how Nigerian politicians are embezzling our money within their cabals. Nothing can make Nigeria to work again. Malachi from Port Harcourt thinks that's his opinion. But let's come here where this one says, man of the people, our country no dispute again though. If I have my way straight to a foreign country, those managing our economy have murdered our economy, no good governance and no good leadership from Tango ability at Twigbu. But those countries you want to run to chasing or putting up walls. But isn't this from Benson Oluwagbemiga from Akure, Ondo State? Building Nigeria, the constitution should first be worked upon, and the unworthy alliance between the civil service and public servants should be severe. All right. I don't know what that means, but this one is a long read. Goodness me. This says, I will suggest that the Nigerian government should begin to build and renew the hopes and aspirations of its citizens by conducting free and fair elections and implementing genuine policies. The Okrika woman with that one. I've got a commercial break. I can't read all of the messages, but when I come back, we'll talk some more. Do stay tuned.
Stay with us. Nigeria Info. We'll be back.
Citra Fabrics, dealers in all kinds of male suiting fabrics.